a group of people who would be made to feel upgraded if they spoke the visitor's language. They needed a group of people who would feel upgraded if they abandoned their skill and got a job.
Wow.
So they came to us and said, you need school. It's called formal school. And so in that formal school, what was the focus? Reading, writing, arithmetic. And in this reading, writing, and arithmetic, what was the focus? Remember what you have been taught. So in other words, you were taught things that you could not use, but you were taught things that someone else would make use of you.
Wow.
So for example, if they wanted you to be their chef, they taught you how to read instructions.
How to bake.
How to bake. If they wanted you to work in the mine, they taught you how to identify a rock. But you were not taught what to do with the rock. They taught you which tree to cut and how many pieces and at what length. But you were not taught the value
Of the tree.
of the tree. So with that, Africans thought this was new light. I mean, with church and with school. And then when I finish school, I'm given a job and have a salary, and I can eat the white man's food. I now have sugar. I abandon the honey. Okay. Now I can sleep in some house, in some shanty compound. I'm called a garden boy. You know, I'm a mine boy. I'm a spanner boy. Whatever you were called a boy, because at the back of their minds they knew someone who doesn't think, no matter how old you are, you're still a boy.
Wow.
Okay? So with this combination of things, the whole scheme looked very attractive. So Africans began to migrate from rich lands to go to centers where they would get jobs. They began to migrate. And what was the reward? They got a salary, bought a bicycle. They got a salary, bought a jacket. They got new titles in church. They were promoted in employment. And then an announcement was made in villages. Our children, we are no longer primitive. Leave the goats, leave the axes, leave the fish. Go to school and get a job. Now, it sounds like we have now broken through. We haven't.
No.
Africa has remained a continent without an identity.
Wow.
It is a continent without an identity.
Wow.
And the first thing you need to develop is to understand who you are. Okay? And to make sure that identity was completely lost.